ask that you take a moment of silence to offer your own intentions. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please call the roll.
Councilman Martin?
Here.
Councilman Rampart? Here. Please note for the record, Councilman Gabrielski is absent. Councilman Marakowski?
Here.
Here. Thank you all for being here. We do have the agendas up front. There is one add-on on the agenda after item number 10 and before new business number 11. We'll take up add-on resolution number 1, which is accepting a bid for a commercial paving company for the water break paving for 2022 phase 1. So that add-on will be taken up after item number 10. We have a special guest tonight with us from DOT who will be in a few moments giving us a layout of the final overhead detection equipment plan and updated timeline. Scott Older from DOT is with us, and thank you again for taking time to be here. But before that, we'll start with town council reports. I'll start on my left with Councilwoman Worzbowski.
I have nothing tonight, Mr. Supervisor.
Councilman Martin. Councilman Ramatov.
No report.
Excellent. And I'm going to give you all a gift because there's not going to be a supervisor's report. So look at that. None of us have reports tonight. So we'll move right on. Mr. Older, right into you, and we'll get you started here for your presentation. Again, thank you for being here.
Yeah, I'll try to make this brief. So I'm here as a follow-up to my last meeting. Last meeting, I presented some of the basics on the overhead detection system, but at the time, I didn't have any of the specifics of where the equipment would be sited. And a lot of the questions came up about where specific things would be located. So that's why I'm back here tonight. So I'm going to go back over again the components of the system just to kind of remind everybody of what the pieces and parts are. I'll review our proposed layout. False detections. So they're set 3 feet apart at the desired height. And here's kind of an example how it lays out. One unit on each pole faced in opposite directions, just like I said before, the safety system and the garage door system in your home. You break the beams and it's going to set the system off. These are mounted up just like this on these galvanized poles on the roadside. The bridge is 10 foot 11. Those poles are probably 12 feet tall total. So when that beam's broken, it activates the system on a timer, which activates dynamic message signs, giving messages to the drivers. And also we're going to add, there's some height signs out there that are currently don't have flashing beacons. They're going to have beacons added to them that'll be triggered with the detector. And after a preset period of time, the system will reset and go dark. So this system will not be on all the time. It's only on when the beams are broken. So this is the dynamic message signs. They're just like the regular board you see on the side of the highway. They'll have a predetermined message that'll come on telling the vehicle you're over height. And if you're headed eastbound, it'll tell you to turn on to Hetzeltown. And if you're coming westbound, it's going to try to direct you into our turnaround that we're going to build. And then we also are going to have another sign westbound, and I'll show you in a second. That's going to basically tell the driver he's gone too far past the turnaround, stop, stop, stop. You know, and then, you know. So, and this whole system is also linked in with our traffic management center to monitor it. When the beam's broken, they're going to automatically get an email with pictures, text message, notifications. It's going to be able to allow them to locate the vehicle on camera, verify that it wasn't a bird or leaves or something else, a false activation, and they can monitor the whole situation remotely and make sure the vehicle leaves the area, and if not, they can take the next steps to send out police if necessary. So this is our eastbound layout. It's pretty simple. So you got the detector just past the roundabout to the east, and then you have the 10-foot 11 signs. They're currently out there now. They're going to be modified to include a flashing beacon. Right now, there's orange panels on them. I think 3 of them. Those will be replaced with the flashing beacons. Just add another visual cue. And then right at the railroad bridge, there'll be our dynamic message sign with a message saying, "Hey, you're over height. Turn here." This direction in all our analysis sees the least amount of overheight traffic, and it has much less instances of bridgeheads. Now, coming westbound, it's a little more complicated. This is our troubled area. We're going to start with the detectors. They're going to be just after the first bridge. And then there's our first set of signs that we have there. Cursor would show us at the point. There it is. So there's our first set of signs. Those are going to get the flashing beacons. We propose to put this first digital message sign opposite side. Normally it'd be on the right-hand side with the vehicle traveling in that direction, but because of the homes in that area, we've elected to put it on the left-hand side of the road with a message telling them they're over height and going to direct them to use the turnaround. And then after the turnaround, we're going to have another set of detectors to catch those who still don't get the message, and hopefully give them one last chance. Another set of flashing beacons here added to those signs, and then one last board now basically with the last message of stop now, hopefully prevent them from breaking the bridge.
How many do you stop now?
You know what, I have to double check, but the signs you normally see on the side of the Northway, it's about that same size. It is dependent on the speed of the road, but I would imagine it's about that same size. Let's see, so as far as schedule, I'm hoping we can finalize our plans next month. We're working with a consultant to do the design. We're going to put our plans together, and then there's a period in between where things get checked and double checked, and they prepare the proposals, and we're going to plan to open our bids in October. We're opening them this fall because, as you know, it takes a while to get everything these days, and we want to have this thing built next year. So that's going to give us the lead time we need to order all the custom electronics, the galvanized poles, the detectors, all those things that might have a long lead time, because we're really hoping that, you know, come snow melt next spring, we're able to hit the ground running and get out here and get this done.
That's just for the detection system. And the turnaround.
The turnaround, an update on that, the work order to build that has been given to the contractor. They were been asked to proceed as soon as possible. So they have work sites they're working for us all over the place. So it's a matter of wrapping up one site and getting here, but it is a top priority for them to come out here. That is done and should be breaking ground here very soon.
Okay.
And I noticed,
This summer, yep.
and I noticed on the map, you didn't show the parking area.
So yeah, that's one thing that wasn't on the map last time. It was a late addition. Well, we didn't have a chance to get it for the meeting, but we are also including in the turnaround 3 public parking spaces. And I'll go back to one of my maps here. So it's not on this map either, but there's the turnaround. But right here, my cursor, we're proposing to put in 3 public parking spaces that we're hoping to, you know, people use this area for the park and to fish and all that stuff. I hear that from the supervisor, but we're putting that there to prevent them from looking at that beautiful paved turnaround and saying, oh, I can park there. Well,
Yeah.
no, we want you to park in this designated space. And so we're not a guarantee, but we're hoping that that's what, you know, gives them a safe place to pull off and gives them access to walk right into the park and do as they please. Parallel to the road. So, yeah, that gave us the best.
And it'll be just regular vehicle size.
Yeah, it's just regular vehicle size, you know, with a paved taper to pull in and a taper to pull out. And it'll be off the road behind the existing gutter out there. So they're plenty far off the road as well.
Good.
But not so far as to be intruding onto the park.
Where there won't be parking spaces with signs that for signs.
Oh yeah, all around the turnaround, there's going to be signs with no parking, don't park here. We're not precluding the property owner there. They have that garage. We're putting a driveway apron in there for them to continue to access that. But all around both sides of the turnaround will be no parking signs.
Good.
Matt, I know you just the turnaround since the last meeting, with the right of way, correct? And that goes also for the signage?
Yeah, everything we're proposing to do here is well within DOT's existing right of way, so we don't have to take property from anybody and allows us to move forward without any restrictions. Yeah, that's it. That's the simple update. Does anybody have any other questions?
Thank you. Thank you for all your work on this. I mean, really, it's been obviously an ongoing issue in the town. And it seems that no matter where I go, somebody says, you're from Glenville? Oh, well, you what about that bridge? And,
Famous.
you know, everybody's got their own solutions and, you know,
And the other thing is part of this whole thing, the department as a whole is trying to talk with the GPS manufacturers, the software, to get these types of roads onto GPS systems to help people route in the correct direction. Yeah, I gave the presentation I gave to you guys, I gave the same presentation to the CDPC Freight Advisory Committee a week or
My
two ago.
understanding in all these meetings we've had is that DOT already makes that GPS file available. A lot of the GPS users don't want to upload it because of the liability of if the height's not right. They feel like they have the liability saying, oh, it's 10.2, but it's really 10.1. And they elect
Yeah,
not to.
I don't think they're ever
upload.
signed, and I don't think they're ever signed. It wouldn't be signed incorrectly like that. So, yeah. I know the DOT, I know we have a whole, it's a statewide issue, and I know we track a lot of the news clippings at our department. I saw a bunch today of a strike out on Syracuse area. That's the same thing, GPS routing in the wrong direction.
Have you ever
So-
seen one so stupid as the one on Maple Avenue, though?
Oh, last week?
Yeah.
that'll be.
That was a real spatial recognition problem right there.
Yeah, that's a tight one.
Yeah. Or an 18-wheeler? We have extra cereal if you want some.
God.
Yeah, I'm hoping this helps too. So I thank you for your time. If you have any questions, supervisor has my contact information. I can get you anything you need. Yeah,
The website,
yeah, I'll send it to you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Very good.
Okay, moving on to the next item on the agenda is privilege of the floor. We have nobody in the room, so I will open privilege of the floor in case somebody walks in. Maybe Vicki or Jason will care to address the board, but privilege of the floor is now open, going once, going twice, seeing none, privilege of the floor is now closed. Again, I do not have supervisors' comments tonight, so we'll move right into the first resolution of the evening, item number 8. Resolution appointing Sarah Sikora to the position of police officer. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second? Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Mr. Supervisor, yes, this resolution is in connection with the proposed appointment of Sarah Sikora to the vacant police officer position within the Glenville Police Department. Ms. Sikora is currently a New York State Park Police officer who does hold the necessary qualifications mandated by Schenectady County Civil Service. An interview was conducted with Ms. Sikora by the Chief of Police and Lieutenant. She has been recommended by the Chief of Police and Lieutenant to fill the vacant police officer position. She would be considered a lateral transfer from New York State Park Police, contingent upon the approval of the Schenectady County Civil Service Commission. This resolution, should it pass, would approve the appointment of Sarah Sikora of Glenville, New York, to the position of police officer in the Glenville Police Department with an effective date of June 24th, 2022, contingent upon the transfer approval by Schenectady County Civil Service. Additionally, this resolution would recognize Ms. Sikora's prior law enforcement experience. The compensation for said position will be set forth in the current collective bargaining agreement between the Glenville PBA and the town as a 4-year officer, and the town will use June 24th, 2019 as the effective date for the purposes of calculating her longevity payments, leave time accruals, and insurance benefits.
Thank you. As the councilman points out, the actual appointment cannot take place till the first day until the 24th, since county civil service needs to meet. That's why we do not have a swearing in tonight. So we'll be doing a private swearing in on the 24th for the officer, and then a public swearing in at the July meeting. So that's why it's not tonight. We have to wait for civil service to actually approve this, and that's why it's effective June 24th. Yeah, on the 24th. Yes. Any other questions or comments? Other than this brings the force to full complement, and we're back, full complement again.
I'm pleased to see another female being added to the force. I think that female police officers bring a different perspective, and I think that Chief Janik's efforts to kind of equalize the population down there is a good idea.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Wozzachowski?
Yes,
Supervisor
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution 9, approving the minutes for special board meeting held on June 1st, 2022. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second? Moved and seconded. As you know, this is approving the minutes for that meeting. I believe everybody was present. Sid was not. Okay, Sid
I
was
was
not.
ready.
So any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Abstain.
Councilman Wozzachowski?
Yes,
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution 10, approving the monthly departmental reports for May 2022. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second? Moved and seconded. As you know, it's the approval of the monthly departmental reports for the ones listed here in the resolution. And as Councilman Galuski often says, we offer our thanks to all department heads for putting the reports together. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Wozzachowski?
Yes,
Yes, resolution passes. Next item is the add-on, Resolution 1, accepting the bid of $58,605 for Commercial Paving Company LLC for water breaks paving for 2022 Phase 1. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Do I have a second? Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Just as you just said, Mr. Supervisor, this is the low bid to fix some of the, do the commercial paving for the road that was damaged in front of the, I think it was 14 properties here that's listed, 14 properties that are listed on the attachment. Lowest bid goes to Commercial Paving Company LLC for a total of $58,605. This amount is already included in the 2022 amended budget.
Thank you. Question, and I don't know if we can answer this now without Tom here, but what's Phase 1 and what's Phase 2? I wasn't aware there's another phase. Okay, so these are for everything that's out there. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
I would just offer my thanks to the Water and Sewer Department for their hard work. 14 water break paving is, 14 water breaks that's a lot. And they often get called out in the middle of the night, and it's a thankless job. Very, yeah. No, the last one that I know of happened at 3:00 in the morning, and the guys they have to fix it, and they do a good job. And it's very rare now that the residents see an interruption in their service. So just like to point
And with
that
the aging infrastructure, it's becoming more and more.
more and more common, unfortunately. Yes, because it used to be that it was rare that we had water main breaks, not during the winter. During the warmer months, we generally didn't have them, and now we're experiencing them during the warmer months as well. So,
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Wozzachowski?
yes,
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Last item is new business. I'll start on my left with Councilwoman Rosowski.
I have nothing.
Okay, Councilman Martin.
Nothing new.
Councilman Ramichardt.
Nothing new.
I have nothing new either in the last 20 minutes, so I will take a motion to adjourn.
I'll move that.
Second,
Second.
moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you.
You guys are awesome.